The Women's Strike for Equality was a strike that took place in the United States August of 1970. It was demonstrated in recognition of the passing of the 19th Amendment, which granted women the right to vote in 1920. The rally was held by the National Organization for Women. Over 20,000 women participated in this all throughout the country. The purpose of this strike was to grant women equality in the workforce, as well as giving them political rights that extended past just being able to vote. The strike also raised awareness of the idea that women should be able to have abortions and proper childcare. However, at the time, some of the feminists did not entirely agree with these secondary ideas. At the time of the protest, women still did not have the same luxury of freedoms that men had. Although there was the passing of the Equal Pay Act of 1963, which prohibited discrimination of pay between two people who had the same job, women comparatively earned 59 cents for every dollar a man made. According to an article in the Evening News published on August 27, 1970, which was a day after the strike happened, it stated that a police estimate said the strike attracted over 50,000 people, including men. In fact, Freddie Friedman, the woman who was the founder of the National Organization of Women, said the scope of activity was beyond their wildest dreams.
How do you feel about women going on strike tomorrow for equal right?
I'm afraid I didn't even know that they were. Is it a nationwide strike or what? It is? Well, in that case, I imagine that I would pretty much agree.
How so? Do you feel that men discriminate against women?
I definitely do, especially in job opportunities. I, for one, have been discriminated against.
How?
I've had several job interviews where people have told me that if I were a man, I could have the job, but they don't want to risk that type of position on a woman. They feel that I'll leave.
So the big question is, how did this large event for women help them later on? How did it impact the way the government saw and treated women? A reporter from the Washington Post, Phyllis Schlafly, stated that this was a mighty movement and it will set America on the right path. In the years between 1972 and 1977, the federal amendment proposing equal rights for women was considered by the legislatures of every state, in some cases more than once, and 35 of them ratified it. Additionally, between 1971 and 1978, 15 states adopted equal rights amendments to their own constitutions, providing a legal basis for equal treatment to women in their jurisdictions. In the end, to this day, women have equal rights as men, as far as political rights go. However, there are still some social discriminations made, such as how some people still see women as inferior to men. Nonetheless, women did achieve what they set out for, which was equal representation in government as well as equality in the workforce. Even though it did take many years, the women's strike of 1970 was a turning point in American history for women. This is what stimulated many other women to stand up for their freedoms. All in all, I do believe that the strike for equality, which took place over 40 years ago, has made an impact in the shaping of history for women. It may not have gotten what it was standing for at the time, but in the time it assisted women receiving what they fought for.